In his book, Let Your Life Speak, Parker J. Palmer writes, "Vocation is not a goal that I pursue. It's a calling that I hear." And we know the difference of that. A goal's out there. Where does a calling begin? And we've heard that today. So, for the past 27 years, I've had the true privilege as a career and leadership coach to walk with people as they discover a next life work that's really their calling. And the added privilege of getting to mentor some talented coaches in that same work. And there's something that I stand for. And it's a time on this path of leadership and on the way to work that's really a calling, that's often unacknowledged. And it's a place that I call the time between dreams. So listen and see if you've been there. It's the time when a guiding dream has lost its spark. When work that used to be satisfying begins to feel stale. The time when the work and the life that you've built begin to feel too small for who you're becoming. Or when life turns a page. The job goes away. Business fails. Something central in your life comes to an end. And yet, you have the strong sense in you that there's something more you're here to do next. A work that's even more true, more vital, more fully you. A calling. And the maddening part is that that next direction isn't clear. You might have, you know what you don't want, right? And you might have ideas. You might even have plans. But while you've outgrown that last dream, the new compelling dream hasn't arrived. So between dreams. It's a place where we can feel lost, in limbo, uncertain, and adrift. And afraid we might be seriously off track. So raise your hand if you've been there or know someone who's there now. Yeah. About a year ago, I ran across an image on Facebook that is perfect. So it's a black rectangle with just two white eyes in the dark. And the caption said, "I know that when one door closes, another door always opens. But man, these hallways can be a bitch." Hallways. For my 27 years, guiding midlife professionals and entrepreneurs through this confusing and uncertain time, I have great news. Between dreams is an important, a natural, and even a divine passage. A passage from which we emerge with a life work that is more alive, more deeply fulfilling, more on fire with our calling, and ultimately, more successful than ever. passages or times of transformation. Butterflies know that really well. Beyond my work with hundreds of clients, this is something core in my own experience. I have been there and more than once. My most recent journey between dreams was a few years ago when my successful consulting business went from 6 figures to 0 in a few weeks. Yeah, that's how it felt too. With the turn of one budget year in the industry that I was serving, the industry that everyone said was recession-proof, all external consulting went away. And during the free fall of that time, I was given an important and guiding message. And these are the words that Spirit whispered to me. This time is important. You're being prepared for your next period of service. And I can tell you that I held on to those words like a touchstone through many months of uncertainty, real financial stress, and deeply questioning myself. I was scrambling. I was in serious denial and working my butt off to try to recreate an old comfort zone. And you know those times when life doesn't seem like it's working with you? Is it saying, no, I don't buy it yet? That was me. But finally led to the discovery of new fire. Standing once again in certainty of purpose. New fire. Standing more fully than ever before in my calling. So in my own journeys, and with the work with many people between dreams, I found that there's one thing, one surprising thing, that can make all the difference between feeling seriously off track and lost and feeling on your path, trusting your instincts again, seeing a confident way forward. Would you like to know what that is? It's finding a new map. Because while a map doesn't magically transport you to the destination, when you're lost, it can make all the difference in the world. A map doesn't do the work of transformation, but it opens the door. In the one-day workshop that I offer here in the Bay Area and nationally, On Fire Again, I share a powerful map for navigating between dreams to ignite your calling, to discover the next passionate chapter. It's a map rooted in the wisdom of nature, relating to work, relationship, any important area of change and growth. And it's a map that you'll use for the rest of your life. I'm not able to share the whole map today because we don't have time, but if I can share 2 of the 5 principles that frame that map, would that be all right? Okay. So the problem is that we're already using a map, a seriously flawed map, and we don't even know it. That map is a strong message, even a myth in our culture, about how change and success should look if we're doing it right. And I could draw, and even if you don't believe it, it's powerful. I could draw that success map with one line. So look and see if you recognize it. Right? That success and change should always move forward, more, up, better. And we're taught that there's a formula to that. And that if we could do things in a certain way consistently, that we could keep change in our lives moving up, forward, more, and better. And there's a lot of wisdom in that. Much of that message we learned in our families. If you want to succeed, do this. Work hard. Be persistent. Set a clear goal. Get an education. Don't leave a good job. And we learned other pieces along the way that actually feel right and that do move us forward. But when we go through a time when it doesn't feel like life is and work is moving up, forward, more, better, first thing we do is we point at ourselves. We question ourselves. We say, I'm just not getting the formula right. If I could just work a little harder, be a little more persistent, think more positive, I could turn this baby around. So there's a lot of wisdom in that success map because it speaks to our expansive self, to the part of ourselves that knows that we're creators, that we're becoming. But the problem is that it's divorced from nature. Because how does change and growth move in nature? Yeah. Waves, circles, spirals, cycles. So the first map principle, the one to take home today, is this. Growth is a natural, creative cycle. A cycle with room for ebb and flow, for times of expansion, for pursuing a dream with all of our heart, and for times of renewal, times of germination, times of listening for what's calling, what in us is stirring that's ready to be more next. So growth is a natural creative cycle. And that leads us to the next principle. The rules change. So you know that feeling like, who changed the rules? The rules change. So in the one-day workshop On Fire Again, what we get to do is dive into, at each point in a creative cycle, what nourishes growth, what nourishes our unfoldment is different. What's needed during a time of completion is different than is needed during a time of dreaming. So I'm going to invite you, if you're between dreams, or if you know someone who is, or if you are a coach and you work with people in change, come join me. The next one is September 21st. There's flyers in the back of the room. Normally it's $397. A full day, 9 hours, small group. And it's available on the website anytime. Sahar and I talked. And she had me bring you a special pass. So with the pass over on the table there, $47. And we threw in a bonus. You still get the Bring a Friend for Free bonus. Yeah. And you immediately, or in the next week, you get a link to 3-part video training that has all 5 of the principles. It has the short version of the map. So you get it now, and then you come on the 21st. We also have a distance version if you have a friend somewhere. It's like, this is what they've been asking for. And then come and you get to dive in and apply it to your own life. So with gratitude for your own times between dreams, I'll close with these words. This time is important. You're being prepared for your next period of service. Thank you.